Hey, good day, guys. Welcome to the stream. I see we've got a couple of guys here already. Welcome, welcome. Um, this is going to be my third stream today. First one on YouTube, and I figured it's basically almost weekend. I might as well switch now. So the first two was done on Twitch, and we had a lot of fun. I'm not sure if you guys are aware by now, but I've been talking about this version 3.36.3 that includes failures now. It also includes a fuel truck option where it does the refueling of the Zibo for you. In this particular model, the fuel truck is not modeled. I tell you what, it's beautiful. I've seen it. It's stunning. And when we do the um, test, obviously you're not going to see it, but when Zibo releases the next version that's available to you guys, it should include that truck and everything should be, looking very nice. Hello, David. We're going to fly from Portland to Seattle. I need to fetch my son at school shortly. In South Africa, it's just before 9 p.m. He's been to some athletics meeting, and so I'm not sure how much time I really have. They said we must pick him up in about 2 hours, so I'm gonna just do a short flight with you guys. Hello, Philip. Welcome to the stream. Right, so I want to focus your attention quickly. I'm doing this specifically now to keep the video on Twitch. Obviously, they delete our videos after a couple of days. So this will be like the record that it happened kind of a thing. So the first thing that you guys are going to notice, and I'm just showing you the version there quickly again. The first thing that you're going to notice when you go to your ground services page, you now have a fuel truck over there. Alright, that's the first big difference. I'm going to connect my GPU and then I'm going to go and set up the flight. Now, believe it or not, I haven't planned this flight at all. So I'm just going to quickly drag the planning onto the screen here and we can all have a look together. Hello, George. Welcome. So the idea is KPDX to KCA. We're going to leave the rest semi-default. Let's back this baby. Let's see. Let's get some cargo in there. 990. We're going to use 15 minutes and 30 minutes by default. Cost we don't care. For routes, we'll just find something that works. Alright, so we can then go edit that. Hello, Paul. I'm going to drag you into the room just now. Hey, Paul. How are you? Great stuff. Okay. So, I just want to quickly get Navigraph open here and see which runways is going to suit us best. I see there's no wind at Portland according to the METAR over there, so we could pretty much do anything we want. 16 right is just a suggestion. Portland, let's go, buddy. Show me. So how was your day, Paul? Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay, I'm going to take 28 left. So I have kind of a straight out. I'm on the wrong place, sorry. 28 left. That pretty much suck. So we're not going to have any departure there. What happens if we put it on 28 right? Let's just see if it does the same to us. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Right, so we'll do the 28 left, then at Seattle. Might as well do 16 left then. Right. Apply that. I'm not going to bother with an alternate, and let's quickly compute this flight. Right, then I'm going to take my routing and I'm going to put that into Navigraph for us. Where's that document? Let me just quickly see. We're going to take Griffey. Right, we might just edit that in our FMC. No point in flying the whole titty. Right. So that's where we are at, and we're going to take 28 left, and that takes care of all of our duties. Right, so if we look at our OFP, we're going to now... Okay, now this is the third time I'm doing it. The first time worked like a charm, the second time we had a bit of an issue. I'm going to do it on the fly, and then we will correct whatever we need to do to show you guys what's going to happen. What the OFP tells us is we need 5.1 ton of fuel, and our payload is 17.9. Alright, so please excuse the little scribblings that's still on there. That will be fixed. What we now need to look at is in the new dispensation, we've got fuel required and the actual fuel. So currently we have more than enough fuel on board. So Zibo's made it that way that it will actually subtract the fuel for us. And it's all based upon the following setting. If you go to realism, you have a refuel time, a real, short and long. If you use a real and long, you'll see the truck when the refueling happens. If you use short, it's just going to be instantly there. So we're going to quickly put it onto short, and then we're going to go back then. I'm actually going to make that let's make it 4.5 for argument's sake. So you see it instantly changes it. If we now go back and we set the realism to real, for instance, and we go there, and we now say, what did we say? We need 5.1. Right, so the actual that's in the aircraft is 4.5. What we require is 5.1. And what we then do is we go to ground services and we call the truck. Now, the moment the truck gets the instruction, it's supposed to make the green go red. Then you know it's on its way. So there is this big question of what's preventing it. So we're going to quickly see if I can spot something. Just going to disconnect the GPU. I'm going to quickly just disconnect. It's going to chase away my ground services now, but it's fine. We've reconnected the parking brake there, and we'll give it another bash. So what I had to do earlier is obviously I just had to move it. So theoretically what happens is just because our parking brakes are set and the aircraft is not moving, that should actually come. Now I want to check one or two other things quickly. Just want to close the doors. Alright, doors are now closed, and then let's try again. So I will obviously adapt my checklist with the correct procedures, because obviously there is like one thing out of order that might be influencing us, and then we're going to quickly just move it to reset it and then do that first of all. No. Hello, Angel. Sorry, my daughter just interrupted me. She wants some of my time, and I've just explained to her. I'm just quickly on YouTube. We'll do that just now. I'll speak to her just now. I just want to quickly get this thing going. 17.9, 5.1. All right, and then ground services and call the truck, and it's still not moving. I wonder why. Helps fat lot if I want to show you guys something and it's just not working. Um, Paul, Paul,
I'm here.
okay. It's because you are here. I need to blame somebody. It was working perfectly on Twitch. I've got two streams I did today perfectly, and now for some reason here, it's just point blank refusing. So I had to blame somebody. Sorry.
No, it's become traditional, I think. I jinx you every time.
Yeah, I don't know why. Guys, it's actually just a joke between me and Paul. Don't take it seriously. There is absolutely no reason why it shouldn't work. I have to think about this. That's all perfect. Let me just read Zibo's notes quickly. It's just not doing it. Just not doing. Okay, Angel. So can I change my? I'm doing good too. I'm stressing a bit. I need to figure this out, and I have no idea even where to start. Realism. That's all done. Let's put it on too long. Let's try again. Still not calling it. Okay, let's try something else. Let us try something else. Let's go put it on another stand. Angel, you guys will get this like later today or tomorrow. It's imminent. The thing that just confuses me right now is why it wouldn't just work. So we'll see. And one ground gold. There you go. Okay. So this is something you're not going to see right now. All right, there is no truck. When you get the model, it will be in there. All right. So what happens now is there it goes red. It now signifies that the truck is on its way. If you now go back to that page, you will see now from 4.5 it's increased to 4.6. I'm going to leave it there for a second or two so you can see there's 4.7. All right. Then we obviously didn't do the whole story now because it messed us up a bit. Let's quickly get our systems up and running. So let's look at that. 4.8 already. You see it's busy increasing. So that's going to climb to 5.1. Okay. So my honest opinion at this point in time is that the only difference between where we were and where we are at is there's a jetway. I'm wondering if the parking has got some other influence or some parameter there that's influencing us, because it clearly works just by moving away from a jetway. It might sound silly, but this is something that we will obviously have to investigate now, because it works perfectly, as you can see. There you go. So once it is at 5.1 correctly, you will see it's gone green, so it's done. And also over here, the extra lines have disappeared. So currently the aircraft is then fully loaded. Now the difference, and I wish I could show you, would obviously be when you get your hands on the model, there will now be a very nice truck there with a guy standing under the wing with his little step ladder, and the refueling is happening. So clearly this is a work in progress, and this is one of the reasons it was not released to the public. So guys, just bear with Zibo, he will sort it out, I promise, you know that. Alright, right, so that in a nutshell is the refueling. How do you like that, Paul?
Another level of immersion, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Very, very, very. Now check this. For so long people have been asking and asking. If you go to your second page, look what's there. Failures. So under failures in this model, the electrics have been connected. By the time you get it, the way I understand it, a lot of the other stuff, if not all the other stuff, would have now been connected to failures. So you can now go to electrics, and you can literally now page through 2.5 pages of failures that you can actually switch on and off. So if you look at the bus over there and you trip that one, immediately you get your failure. Alright, so how's that? So now you can really toy with it. So what Zibo did earlier was he said to me, I must go onto an approach somewhere. Once I click the approach button, I must trip this exact failure, which we did, and all hell broke loose. No autopilot, no trim. that trim wheel is like dead. It's just going nowhere. There's no autopilot, auto throttle, nothing. The fuel pumps on the one side dies. I mean, you should have seen it. It was like crazy. And all of a sudden, I found myself in this emergency, and I had to now basically just fly this plane and get it on the ground. Fortunately, like I said, I was on approach, so it was, just down into Cape Town. Afterwards, he laughed and he said, "Oh, you could have done this and this to just fix it." And I go, "Yeah, I better start learning now." And I hope you guys that are listening take note. I made a reference to this on Facebook today. There's some heavy education that's coming your way. You need to start studying. This is just unreal. When you are flying this thing, you're flying 180 knots, you're 2,000 foot above the ground, and the next moment, hell breaks loose. So I've discussed it with some real pilots afterwards now, on and offline, and we had a great laugh about it. But this is next level stuff, Paul. It's crazy what's coming now.
It really is. It's amazing. But it just goes to show that the detail that was running in the background anyway, measuring these virtual voltages and the virtual currents, have now been used to simulate this stuff. It's amazing. It's great.
Yes. So, okay. Coming back to Philip and Angel, yeah, it's very nice. And Angel, let's see what you say, Yeah. Hang tight, big things are coming. You guys must watch out. It's going to be fun. So, question mark about starting at the ramp. That is something I cannot explain. But for the rest, it's working. So we might as well do something with this now. There's a question I keep on getting on the support. The guys want to know, how do they get the air stair to extend? It's very simple. You have to open the front left door. Once the front left door is open, let's do this. Once the front left door is open, your air stair will magically work. That's all it takes. It's not really magic. It's just, sorry about that. It's just a question of open the door and then you'll have access to that. So I'm pretty sure there must be some other trigger that does that, something similar to the field truck as well, but it's irrelevant for us now. Now that we are here, we'll use the air stair. We're not going to worry about the other guys, so you can actually close all the other doors. We don't need it. We'll just use this one. Make sure they're all closed. Cargo is open. Okay, we'll close them later. It seems to automatically want to open. Another one of those mysteries. Right, so how's that now? We've got the GPU, we've got the ASU, we've got beta pushback, we've got the chocks, the icing's there, the air stair is there, the field truck is there. I think that's amazing. Angel, are you still there? Philip, okay, cool. Angel, that's fine. Philip, I'll tell you what I know. I haven't really studied it that much, but I'll tell you what I know. It's basically a noise abatement procedure. We can use it during this takeoff to, just demonstrate it. And basically what it does is it cuts back on your engine power. I think it takes you from whatever your N1 is, it will drop you down to 80 or 83% N1, and it will give you a very much volume wise, audio volume wise, a softer pitch, a softer noise, so you can clear the surroundings of the airport while climbing very slowly. And then obviously it will kick in, I think at 3,000 foot, it will revert back to normal N1, and that will make the poor aunties, down below more happier, especially on a Sunday morning. So, okay, Angel, so the question was this: how do you like this? I mean, I'm just asking you because you're an old friend of mine. So, how do you like this new fuel story? I mean, that's kind of cool, eh? And the failures and everything. So, I was just wondering. Paul, any comments?
Well, you can't predict what the next level of stuff might be. I mean, he might be able to have you time the failures next time, or put them in randomly, or
Yeah, lots of guys are asking for that, eh?
or set various levels of difficulty of failure, or put the levels of difficulty of failure into particular orders, almost like a training system. There's all sorts of crazy crap that the guy could do.
Yeah. No, and it's coming. So, have a look at this. Previously, we had page 1 and we had page 2. Now we've also got page 3 of our position, and this is about the position shift that's happened. So just as a matter of interest, now you've got extra pages. I'm not sure of all the extra pages. I didn't really spend too much time on it, but it is there. There's a lot of work that's gone into the FMC, it seems, as well. So KPDX it will be, and you're gonna go to KCR. But this page also, you guys should see, it looks quite different now. It's never looked like this before that I can recall.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, Angel, you're supposed to do things in a certain order and at a certain time. One of the things, for instance, let's talk about timing, is if you run or try and run the stall warnings or the Mach speed, actually. There you can hear them now. You need at least 4 minutes from power on the bus before you can hear at least, the Mach speed warnings. So yeah, timing is very important for certain things. That was just one example. Hello, Steel. Well, I'm gonna leave the video on there. We had a bit of an issue in the beginning, but I'll leave the video on there for posterity, so you can come back, watch the beginning of it, and then you'll see what we discussed as well. Right, so we said we're going to take 28 left, and it's a direct to, there's no SIDS. We can't do anything about that. And then the star. And I think we said Griffey, right? I think so. Let's have a look, see. Griffey. Right, so we're going to do our own vectoring, and then we're just gonna get onto that line and follow it up to the top and back again. What I think I am gonna do is I'm gonna take Griffey out. I'm not too fond of Griffey. Then we're gonna skip it. Put that there. Execute. That's just gonna make it a little bit easier for us to turn onto where we need to be. Kieran Harvey, thank you for the follow there. Thanks so much. Why are we not going down? There we go. So we use cost index 20. Our reserves will be 1.8. Let's get that on the screen so you guys can follow. There you go. Elias, thank you very much. Welcome to the family, guys. We said 1.8. Alright, zero fuel weight, all those things should be in order. 64. Just went over it. 64.3, 64.4. Right, okay. The discrepancy between 64.3 and 64.4 is just a taxi and APU fuel, guys. So don't let that fool you. You need extra fuel. And now I fall over my own tongue. Right, our planned fuel 1.3. Right, and what is our estimated? Oh, that is definitely not right. That is completely out of the question. I never checked when we did this flight plan. Let's go back there. Wait, let's go back there. Change this. This is definitely not right. Let's make this to 10. Can't really go higher than that. It's so what would you say would be that? Let's go 190. That is PFPX, yes. So now we have 190. Let's just quickly do our calculations again. Yes, Jacques. No, he doesn't. He works very hard. I'm very impressed with him. I was doing another stream on Twitch earlier, and I asked him something about the fuel. I wanted to get rid of the excess fuel quickly because I had more fuel than I needed. He told me I must make a hole in the wing. I couldn't help. I just laughed at this. That was so funny. It's got a great sense of humor as well sometimes, I tell you. I didn't expect that. I was thinking he's going to give me this whole big engineering thing. Do this, do that. No, make a hole in the wing. Anyway, I got the answer from him. He did tell me eventually. But it was fun. It's nice to make a joke. Right, okay, so this slightly changes the data a little bit. Let's kill this one, and then I'll use the actual data. So we are saying 190, and full. We've got 11. And we want to climb very fast, so that's going to happen. Let's get our weather. What are we looking at? Still, yeah, this little menu thing over here, as far as I know, this is Gizmo. That comes with the exec 737 IEXG. I think that's where it comes from.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company and business. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Again, welcome aboard.
3.36.3.
Captain Hudson on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until apparent items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed.
My
and all
pleasure.
passengers are seated.
Slide slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Obstacle. Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb. 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 Clear of conflict. Descend. Descend.
Are those guys going to escort you tonight?
Looks like it. Fossil. And Angel, yes. Steel, yeah. The way it works is when we're going to start, we're going to kill the packs. We're going to leave our. Let's just get that closer. We're going to leave our engine bleeds and the APU bleed all in place. We're going to go left pack and the right pack will go off, and then we go to auto on the isolation valve. Okay, you will see that there's going to be the dual bleed error that you get over there because you are now having the APU and engine bleed 1 on. You can have it on the condition that you do not use your thrust on the engine, because the moment you increase your thrust beyond a certain point, you're going to blow back into that APU and you're going to blow it. So you must just be careful of that. So just to make it easy, that stays on. because you're not obviously taxing or having to produce power to move forward in any form or way, you're getting pushed back or whatever. You just need to make sure that before you start putting thrust into the system with your thrust levers, that you kill the APU bleed. That's all you need to do, and that's why that light is on now, to warn us that we're in a deal bleed situation. Fossil, what do you mean, yo? Yo, what yo? Right, we don't need pushback tonight, so all of these things are done. Right, and I'm not... No, I just said yes or something to something you said. No worries. I obviously read some comment and then I said yes. So whatever it was at that point in time. Yes, the answer is yes. Alright, okay. I'm not sure if you guys have also noticed the changes in the ACAS displays, but you can actually now get a little bit more information just by pressing that button. You can fiddle with it a bit. We're going to leave it there for the startup. Yeah, you're welcome. Right, doors. Let's close the doors. That one is still open, yes. And let's close those ones. Right, so all the doors are closed. Anti-collision's on.
Flight attendants prepare for departure. Cross-check and all call. Thank you.
Right. Okay, so now we go packs off and isolation valves auto. Still, look underneath this video. In the description, there is a lot of links, or there are a lot of links. One of them is to my private hangar, my OneDrive. Everything any of you guys would ever want that I'm willing to share is basically in there. Everything is there. Yeah, you can go and download everything there. Also, if you are in X camera, as a matter of interest, let me show you guys. X camera control panel. Where's that thing? Right. You can actually browse the community files and then you can search schematics. That's my author name as well. So any of my stuff that I've uploaded, you can actually draw into X camera directly. But the alternate is to just go into the hangar and just download the CSV file. So it's there. Alright, our doors are closed, lights are on. Everybody should be happy. So packs off, all those things. Let's start this engine. All done, uncle. All done. I'm not gonna go there. It's in the beginning of the video, Fossil. We struggled a little bit to get it to work, and then I moved to a different parking, and then all of a sudden it worked. So that warrants a little bit of an investigation, because it's not normal that it will only work in certain parking spots. I have no idea what the criteria would be and why it is so, but that's what we found. My friend, I've spent the whole day. Zibo's been watching my streams. We've been communicating. He's probably fixed everything already. I'm not sure. I can't speak on his behalf. I don't know. He said it's either going to be released this evening or tomorrow. So He'll do it when he's ready, you know, one of those things.
I've been waiting for a lull in the upgrades to upgrade mine, and I'm just going to have to get in there because there isn't a bloody lull, is there?
Exactly. Look, and in terms of the flying and the yeah, he's human. Don't worry, he's human. Don't worry. In terms of the stability and the flyability, there's nothing wrong with the aircraft. I don't know where half of the people get their problems from. I swear, I just don't know. I don't have issues. This thing is very stable. It flies exactly as expected. It does everything you require it to do. So I don't know. I can't say that, you know, in the old days we could have said, yeah, there's a stability issue or whatever. There's none. I mean, it just works. If you really want to split hairs, I suppose we can find some stuff to cry about. But, you know, just flying from point A to B and enjoying yourself, there's nothing wrong with it. Still, I agree with you. Somewhere somebody's doing something wrong. Alright, we have TCAS, can go on. Flaps 5, let's test our flight controls and our rudders. That's it. Double check that, that's okay. We've got flaps 5 green light. Alright, let's go. You know what, because I didn't use the better pushback, you know what I never removed is my chocks. There you go. It happens automatically when I use better pushback. It removes it for me, so I have to remember to do it when I don't use it. Guys, also another thing. I've been laughed at, scoffed at, sweared at. People have thrown books at me. People have gone and cried to Zibo directly because of what I said. When you are in doubt, if you have a potato PC or your machine is overloaded, start a silly flight with the Cessna 172. It takes care of all the scripts and all the loading and all that. It will go away one day. But if you guys are having trouble, and most guys who have trouble, once they start using the Cessna 172 to start up, problems seem to just disappear. But it's like people just don't want to listen. You know, it's just too easy to just kick against it and say it's stupid or it's silly or it doesn't make sense or whatever. And yet, all the professional guys, all the real world guys I deal with, they all do it. We all do it, and we just don't have problems. So I don't get it why it's so difficult to understand. Yeah, all kinds of programming language books, Fossil. The one guy had a huge argument with me that he's been programming for 20 years and he's never heard something so ridiculous as to have to start a Cessna 172 before you start the add-on aircraft. So that was the books that he threw at me. I don't know.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Alright, all seems fine.
Approaching 28 left.
Thanks, Fossil. I think there's a lot of guys that have, you know, picked up on training and stuff that I've provided. We're still thinking of doing lots more training, but timing is a bit of an issue. Between real work and hobby, that's not easy. Oh, you know what? Damn it. I forgot about the cutback. Oops. We never did the cutback. I apologize profusely. Sorry, that was not intentional. I think what we'll do is, if you guys can remind me for tomorrow's stream, 800 Zulu, we can talk about the cutback and we can do the cutback. Sorry about that. That was, yeah, that was not intentional. Sorry about that.
1000.
Yeah, sorry, Philip. Sorry, man. That's just a mistake. Well, I am just human. What can I say? I'm just human. Alright. Listen, guys, give me 2 minutes. The wife and kids are calling. I just want to go see what's up. I'll be back shortly. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I had to just help them find the cat quickly. Okay, so let's get back to business. Hakan? Yeah. I promise you will only do that once. You only forget fuel pumps once. Same goes for when you close them at the wrong time. I want to tell you a story if I can just get through my 10,000 here. No, Cat was hiding in the kids' room, so just had to go and find her quick. Alright. Coming back to the story, we were flying on Ovea many years ago. One of my commercial pilot friends and I were flying the PMDG 738s, and this was in FS9, guys. This was many years ago. The Durban airport was still designated FADN, so you had to come in over the Durban harbour and then line up and land. As I turned to face the harbour to go cross it, my fuel warning light came on and I switched off the wrong pumps. So I took a nosedive into the harbour, and I can tell you one thing, for years and years and years thereafter, the guys still, made fun of me and laughed at me. That Durban harbour incident, I'll never forget that.
And you've never forgotten since?
No. I make double sure I use the correct fuel pumps and all those other things now. I haven't forgotten. Yeah, you only go through something silly like that once. Alright, so let's get back. Let's see. On the N1 display, when you hit the toga, do you do the little blue arrows disappear? You mean where the actual the hardware indication where my actual hardware throttles are? No, they're still there. They don't go anywhere. They are always there. Okay, here's a tip for you. Because I also changed my throttle quadrant, I got a continuous disconnect of auto throttle. So what I did was I went here to hardware, throttle noise lock. All I did was, and this is a brand new set of SideTech throttles that I've got, I upped the value there to number 5. So what happens is, when I hit toga, it doesn't disconnect me anymore, because those ripples that inherently comes from the pods are not calculated or taken into the equation when the Zibo does the toga. So that's a good tip. Just go and set your throttle noise lock a little bit higher so it disregards the little ripples. I also used to do what you did until Zibo brought us that nifty little setting, so while you've got the setting, just go up it a bit. Oh yes, that's when the kids called and everything went haywire. Thank you. Auto brakes off. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, I definitely went swimming, Fossil. And they had the virtual CIA there, and they did the investigation, and they determined I was an idiot. So that happened. It was funny. But I want to tell you a story about that same guy. His name is Reinhard. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about him and me in Hamburg. We flew into Hamburg one day together. I'll tell you that story now. Still, that's why you have to set this value. When this value is too low, the inherent ripples that comes from the pods is going to affect the Zibo code. So, like I said, this is brand new throttles. All I did was to get rid of that stupid noise problem on the pods. Is I just lifted my value over there. Just go give it a try. If it doesn't work for you, then stick to what you're doing. Just push full forward and hit the toga quick enough so you don't burn out the engines. But yeah, that's a quick fix. That's very possible. Hakan, sorry, I saw you came in earlier as well. Welcome. No, I'm not flying a second leg. I'm basically killing time quickly because I need to go and fetch my son from school. He's due to arrive back at school in about an hour and a half's time. So I just thought, while I've got time, I might as well just do a stream and show the YouTubers what we've been enjoying on Twitch the whole day. So I won't be flying a second leg tonight. Tomorrow morning, 800 Zulu, I'll be back in the seat. Okay, so now back to the story. So this very same guy, he's a real world commercial pilot. He's on my Facebook friends group as well. If he's here, he's going to laugh with us. We were flying on Ivea and we were coming into Hamburg, and we had a private joke between us about my co-pilot and his competency. Alright, and he said to me, please let me land first, because I'm scared if you land, your co-pilot with his questionable credentials, if he lands, he's going to break the landing gear off. So I said, okay, well, fine, you go, you land first. So ATC clears him, he lands, and the next moment I just hear him tell the ATC, his landing gear broke on landing, and they need to send the tow truck to come and pull him off the runway. So this Ivea ATC virtually closed the runway for the emergency, and we had to, hang around until the other runway was available and we could land there. And I tell you what, that was poetic justice and payback, because every time he reminds me of Durban Harbour, I remind him of Hamburg. So he got the noise, he got the problem with the gear. Merlin, thanks for the follow there, much appreciated. Yeah, so we've had our fun. I tell you, I've been flying flight sim for many years on Ivea and Watsim. both of them, and we can tell stories the whole day. Hakan, where are you on Discord? Why aren't you in our room? I see you sitting up there. Do you want me to pull you in here quickly? I'm gonna pull you. If you don't want to be here, just leave again. Hakan.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the live stream, buddy.
Yep. How are you doing?
I'm actually doing well. We've had some cool fun today. I worked very hard as well, but I've played hard as well. The Zibo has given me quite a lot of enjoyment today.
There are very good news regarding Zibo.
Yeah.
I follow Facebook.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Very nice surprises. Full track.
Yeah, today was the first time that I was given permission to actually show you guys something ahead of time, which is also special to me. It was a very nice gesture from Zibo, and I have thanked him for him, and I can just continue thanking him. It was very nice.
If you continue to improve Zibo Mod for the...
Oh, we're getting feedback there, Hakan.
Sorry?
We got feedback there, just say again.
I said that if you keep developing ground handling issues on Zibo Mod, real ground handling will be job.
Yeah. I think, and I hope I don't speak out of turn now, but I think the idea is to make a nice ground handling set, that complements the Zibo. So I saw the fuel truck today, and the little guy standing there underneath the wing doing his job. It's really, it looks nice, man. I mean, yeah.
I appreciate because even if install the ground handling many times, I don't want to say bad. My sim closed.
Is it? So it doesn't like your sim?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I've never had issues.
I don't know. Whenever I try to close ground handling or hideaway or something else, my sim is closing.
Okay, well, we can try and figure it out some other time.
Yep.
Just want to take a quick screenshot. How can you broadcasting?
No, sir.
You are?
I'm studying.
No, I'm talking on your push to talk was on. I was listening to myself echo.
Okay, sticky. Because of sticky.
Yeah. Alright, okay, so I got that screenshot. I'm not going to use the descent now. That's someone else's idea. Right, so I'm just going to use auto brake 1. What is our descent altitude? Let's have a look, see.
There is a guy, he's always disliking to videos. Do you know him?
No, I have no idea. There's always one or two jokers that just come on here and be nasty and just dislike the videos. I don't know who they are. They're obviously doing it just to be funny, so it doesn't have any value in my life.
A few days ago, someone told me that please don't share your streams on Flight Factor's page.
Well, that could be because it's Zibo, you understand. That's understandable. They don't want the Zibo stream on Flight Factor because that's Airbus.
Yeah, some people like to do silly pranks.
Yeah, there's been two guys who came onto my channel. Let go of your talk to your push to talk, Hakan. There were two guys who came on here different times who really really upset me so badly that I've reported them to Google, that owns YouTube, and the whole story, and I banned them off my channel. They will never be able to comment, but they are obviously able to put thumbs down. And I can just imagine it's those two sorry losers, they come here every time, and it's like payback. Oh, you don't like our criticism, so here you go, now we just say it's rubbish every time you do a stream. So who cares?
How I can remove sticky key?
Once it comes up, read. It's in the whole description that pops up on your screen. Just follow the description, it'll tell you. Oh, come now. Press it again so it just releases. I can keep your eye on Discord. When you see you broadcasting, just press it quick.
I think it's okay now.
I hope. Yeah, so unfortunately those two jokers, they will probably be with me now till the end of days, it's just their way of being assholes.
Yeah, the problem is I shared Flight Factors video in Flight Factors group, but he said that my videos are so amateur. I asked him, anybody in Flight Factor group are professional. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, Hakan, you just started. You need to just get going, get some practice and all these things. But again, people are just sometimes nasty, so what can you do?
I try to help anyone in my videos. I have been asked many questions regarding SIM explain. I try to help them if I know the answer. But some people, unfortunately, still unlike. Even if, for example, tonight you spent your time with us, you share your hobby with us, with a beautiful screen, beautiful view. But there are some stupid guys, unfortunately.
You can do nothing. You smile and wave, do what the penguins do. Smile and wave and let it go.
I will.
Still, you're asking, is that normal when there is a little lag in the auto throttle? Depends on the situation. There shouldn't be. One of the things that I do, and I did it a bit late just now, is I actually pull my hardware throttles to idle before I descend. And I actually was listening to Hakan, so I forgot. No, I was concentrating somewhere else. But by just pulling my throttles back to idle, the VNAV code of Zibo kicks in and it does everything that it should do. If you have a lag between your hardware throttles and the throttles, then that number we were talking about earlier is probably too high. Just drop it 1 or 2. Just see that you don't create a problem for yourself by lifting it too high. Yeah, a lot of guys don't understand the influence that the hardware has. For me, it's standard practice. I just pull back on my throttles and I let the Zibo code do the rest. Because if there's any noise on your throttles, it's going to continuously interfere with VNAV. And we've seen it over and over and over again. You've got two options. You can either set your throttle noise lock higher until it's useful, or you can just pull back. So I've done both. There's nothing more I can do, and I promise you I don't have any issues. Nothing whatsoever. There's not been a single day that this aircraft did not descend on cue automatically. There's not been a single day that I've had any runaways in VNAV ever. It just works properly. So those are just small little tricks that I figured out and that I actually do myself. Hakan, I'm just thinking out loud. Are you still here? Because I can't see you in the room.
I'm here.
Okay. I want you to listen to something as well. In terms of streaming and stuff. Remember, English is not your first language. I promise you, if you started speaking Turkish right now and you were in a Turkish group, you wouldn't stutter, you wouldn't have a problem communicating. It would just be natural, right? So one of the big problems that I found on YouTube and Twitch and so on is the language barrier and people's perception of how you speak. One of those idiots who actually came onto my channel and created the havoc here was telling me how bad my voice is and how silly and amateuristic I am and I need to kill myself and all kinds of nonsense. Okay, because he didn't like my voice and he didn't like the way I spoke English and all these silly little things. So this is just a suggestion. Maybe do a couple of videos in your own mother tongue, to just get fluent in it, just to practice a little bit. You don't have to broadcast it, but obviously you can. You understand? There must be tons of Turkish guys that would follow you if you did it naturally. I think a lot of guys are just facetious because of the way you talk, the way you pronounce your stuff, and stuff like that, because that's what I've experienced. That's the kind of nonsense I've had to put up with people.
Let me say something. Actually, it is something cultural, but I don't want to go into detail here.
Yeah,
Maybe
not live. Yeah.
You in private later on
yes.
to you.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter whether I speak or not in Turkish, okay? Because I am not loved person in the aviation ambient of Turkey, in the field of simulation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
Because of my ambitions, let me say shortly.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. No, I got it. Hakan, I was just thinking out loud. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you, what I've encountered. I know of at least 2 other people. There's one particular guy in the Zibo team whose name I will not mention, that I've spoken to about this as well. People, and he said to me he doesn't want that kind of negativity in his life where people come and criticize him and nonsense. People handle things differently, and I've had to grow a very thick skin to not let stupid silliness like that, actually affect me. So I know it's real, it happens.
Let me say something. If some people say about you or someone else without knowing you, okay, in real life, something bad, okay, I don't take seriously. So, sorry, Siri is starting to speak with me.
Okay, well, my wife just shouted at me. As much as the school said we need to pick up the kids in an hour's time, they apparently are at the school. Damn, I'm gonna quickly do things I don't normally do. Let's take a dive and a turn and let's get this bird on the ground.
By the way, Paul, hello. Just I realized you.
Hello, Hakan.
I couldn't tell you what I wanted to say 1 minute ago. If people say something bad about your voice or about your private life without knowing you, I consider them as a primitive.
Yeah, primitive. Yeah, they are. They uncultured swine. In actual fact, they're pigs. That goes in the bushes. After everything that you do for the guys, you still get the bloody bastard that would just never be happy enough, that would always complain, And those are the 2% guys that Uncle John always talks about, you know. And you've got to unfortunately grow a very thick skin to not let them affect you, because the funny thing is we don't usually talk negative about them, and we try and keep our opinion out of it, but sometimes it hurts, you know. And those guys don't think that it hurts, and boy oh boy, the moment you bite back, woo, then you the this and the that and the this and the that, you know, and then you have got to fight fires.
Anyway.
Yeah, enough of that. Let's see if we can land this baby quickly before I need to run away.
But the thing is, such people can be
childish, yeah,
or childish or disrespectful in his life.
Akan, let's drop the subject. Don't worry about it. You know what? We're all grown-ups. We can handle it. I'm going to quickly concentrate to try and get this bird very unorthodoxly on the ground so I can run.
Okay. Take the control earlier.
I will. Yeah, the king of Wakanda will slap them silly. It's amazing. I was talking the other. Look, it's happened 2 or 3 times already now, where I was talking and somebody would say, "Oh, that guy sounds like he's from Wakanda," and I just smile. Oh, this is hot and high.
I was just going to ask what the airport elevation was.
You can see.
2,500.
Well, speed brakes are out, gears down. I'm going to have to go down and then pull up a little bit. Let's go down below that glide slope.
Flaps.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine.
Well, we're going to probably land flaps 15 again like this morning, so we'll see. There we go. Now we can pull.
Flaps 15? Seatless airplane.
You just got to do it properly. Right, there's flaps 15. Flaps 30.
500.
I think Escobar is not available in the airplane. If you...
He's sitting in the back. No, he's sitting in the back, throwing up in the back toilet. He didn't like this maneuver.
2. Minimums. 100. 50.
Disengage autopilot.
It's off long time ago, man.
Just enjoy it. Just
according to that landing rate meter, we are dead, and I really didn't land that hard. That was like a soft landing. I don't know, these things are crazy.
80 knots.
This is Divieski Design Seattle, guys, and let's see. Philip, you're welcome. You're welcome. I wish I could give you guys a little bit more, but under the circumstances, it is what it is, and I need to run pretty soon. So, Yeah, I like the landing. I think that landing rate meter is crazy in its head, but anyway, that's just me.
Minimum.
Hakan, I think your stream is very well lagged. I'm on the ground long time ago.
Really?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I need to run to go fetch my son. So I hope you enjoyed it, whatever I presented to you. Tomorrow we'll do it all over again because obviously tomorrow we have a different audience. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep this video. I'll think about it and maybe delete the video anyway. And then tomorrow we'll try again. 0800 Zulu, same place. And if you can make it, please try and do that. Angel, Paul, Philip, Steele, all the names I have not mentioned. Fossil, I can see a couple of names there quickly on screen, and everybody else's names I cannot see. Guys, have a good evening. We'll talk tomorrow. And thanks Hakan, thanks Paul for being on channel with me.
Thank you very much to accepting me.
No worries. Stay well.
Bye.
Thank you and see you later. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye, guys.